Okay.
Oh,
that did the job, Beth. With no
I
warning
took too
at all.
long. We're live.
Hey, everybody.
There we
Zoom
go.
snuck right up on us tonight. Warning
Too
at all.
long.
We're live. Hey.
Hi.
All right, everybody.
Hey, Michelle.
Good evening. I hope that everyone's having a good night. As always, if you're watching, tag your stylist, whether you are live or whether you are watching the replay, but comment and tag your stylist so that she knows you're here. And I'm just going to real quick put the thing on so that we can see your comments. And
definitely be sure to tag us because there is a prize involved just for participating tonight. So
there is a prize for
We love
participating
prizes.
tonight. So definitely make those comments and ask those questions. Hey, Laura, how are you? Oh my gosh. So we're back. I'm back and I'm so excited about it. If you somehow missed last night, I am Michele Zito. I'm the company VP that has the pleasure of working with all of these leaders, including this fabulous leader that I'm sitting here with, which is division leader Beth Fouse of San Antonio, Texas.
All right. Hey, Michelle. So, all right. So if you're here with us tonight, you hopefully saw all the beautiful jewelry last night. And now you're just a little bit curious about what we do. I mean, I hope they could tell that we have fun in what we do, right?
I sure hope so.
And so hopefully you're here tonight to learn more about what we do, to, maybe someone suggested you join us and find out more about it because you've done direct sales before and you want to know how does this compare to something you've already done. Maybe you were just curious and want to know more about how to get free jewelry because, that is
we sure get a lot of that.
We sure get a lot of that. So I am going to interview Michelle and we're really going to focus on the 4 big questions that you would probably have if you were, joining this event and hoping to get answered. And I guess the first one is why direct sales, Michelle?
Yeah, I mean, certainly if you're trying to add some extra income, right, into your life, you have a couple of options, right? You could, if your field is something that you can get a second job in, you can get a second job in your field. Or I find, especially in the case of women, they turn to things like, I'll get a job at Target or other retail place, but Target and Kohl's seems to be the 2 go-tos. I'll just get a job at Target, or I'll waitress or bartend. And all of those things come with a whole host of inconveniences as far as I can see. I've done all of those things, by the way. Whether at some point in my life I have worked in retail, I have waitressed, I have done, all those things. And they all come with a boss. And I'm going to have to assume that most of you already have a job, right? So you don't need another boss in your life. What you need is income that you can control. And that is what direct sales allows you to do, because then you get to make these decisions and when you're going to work and how you're going to work around the life you already live. So I'm sure many of you are moms. I'm sure many of you are daughters and friends and wives and coworkers. You have a full-time job. You have a part-time job. These are all responsibilities that women carry. And how are we going to work this income in around what you're currently doing? So what is it that you need? In the case of myself, we're talking about going back to the June of 2000
Wow.
when I got started, and I had a 6-month-old baby. And at the time I was a teacher paying the COBRA for our health insurance. So $600 was what it cost, which sounds quaint now, right? I mean, we would love people that are paying a COBRA now would be like, I would love it to be 600, but in June of 2000,
COBRA payments are high no matter what decade you're in.
Yeah. So my husband was like, can you do something part-time? And, the whole point of doing that was to be home with the baby. So I had hosted a party, not a Park Lane party, but I had hosted a party about a year and a half before this conversation. And the girl had told me, oh, if you ever want to have extra income, let me know. I made $200 at this party. So I said, oh, well, then if she's telling the truth, I guess if I do 3 parties, I'll have my Cobra. So that's what I did. I bought a kit. I did 3 parties in June of 2000. I made $604. And my husband and I were like, oh, does that mean if you want $1,000, you just do 5 parties? I'm like, is that how this works? So that's kind of how it all began, because then I was like, let's do that. And just kept building it from there. Fast forward, new company and new goals. Of course, I'm way higher than 600 at this point. And it just has been amazing. Beth, we have the teaching in common. You are still a teacher.
I'm still
and you do this alongside your teaching job. Tell us what made you get involved in Park Lane.
And it really was what you said. Like, I needed some extra income. I had been in a real bad car accident and I had to get a new car. And, I had gone without a car payment and I'm like, man, I don't want a car payment again. And I thought, if I can just, do a little something extra to make that car payment, then I'll be good. And I didn't want to do the Target or the Kohl's thing, because that meant I'd work every weekend, all weekend long.
Yep.
Or I'd have to work in the evenings after my teaching job, which I'm too old for that. I do not have that energy to work. I mean, I work with teachers that'll do a second job and they'll work from like 8 to midnight. I'm like, I can't do that.
No.
And
you shouldn't have to, honestly.
No, we shouldn't have to. But so that was originally, it was a car payment idea. And I was like, okay, so not only did I start, easily making that car payment, I paid the car off early.
Awesome.
And so now I have different goals. My different goals are, I want to make enough every month to support my mortgage so that when I retire, I can retire anytime I want. So that's a good feeling. But
yeah,
I want to be able to retire and know, well, Park Lane will be able to cover the mortgage. And so then the rest of my pension or whatever is just my extra money. So
that's amazing.
That's my new goal. I went from car payment to mortgage payment. So, and I easily, do that every month now. So it's been a blessing.
That's fantastic. I absolutely love it. Love it.
So I guess my next question for you, Michele, then, and for everybody is, why jewelry? Because you said you were with another company before, but why jewelry?
Yeah. And, my other company was not jewelry. So I definitely needed to be convinced of it when it was time for me to consider making the change to Park Lane. But here's what I've learned. Women love jewelry. Women consider jewelry a necessity. And jewelry is consumable, meaning that everybody wants that fresh look season to season, or at least year to year, right? So we have so many repeat customers. We have just all that. Let's freshen your look for the season and not have to go buy an entire new wardrobe, a few new pieces of jewelry, and you're like a new person back in the saddle. Jewelry is also one of the top 3 gifts given both to and by women. So you are talking about year-round gift giving opportunities. Most direct sales companies have a slow season. Jewelry is worn all year round. So we only have busy seasons and seasons that are busier than that. Because there's no such thing as
always. I mean, you get dressed every day. You need your jewelry.
Right. Exactly. And then even just from an ease standpoint, because some are back to doing some in-person parties. I mean, we've been very much majority online since March of 2020 for obvious reasons. But some places are more open. Some people are socializing. Some people do live close to their stylist. And in that case, when those types of shows happen, we're talking about one bag, super portable, that the jewelry is in these like little burrito rollers or maybe laid out in a tray. And I mean, Beth is the best probably in the whole team at restaurant parties. You go into your fun Tex-Mex places.
I love happy hour parties.
Yeah.
I love them. I mean, the hostesses love them because they don't have to have people in their house. We just order a couple appetizers. We pass the trays around. So much fun.
Love it. I mean, that's socializing at its finest. Some margaritas.
Margaritas. That's right.
So when you are doing that, and it really, whether you're bringing your jewelry in your car on public transportation or whatever it is, because I know people live in all kinds of environments, whether you live in a small apartment or a giant 6,000 square foot house, you have the room for what you need, and your jewelry does not take over your home. That's another thing that can happen with other companies.
Yes. Oh yes, yeah. We don't stock stuff in the house. I mean,
Nope.
we've got our displays behind us, but
That's
I
it.
don't have closets full of jewelry.
Nope. This is it.
My closets have clothes and shoes. Lots of shoes. All right, so you answered why jewelry. So why Park Lane? Because there are other jewelry companies.
There sure are. There absolutely are. And Park Lane is definitely, when you are thinking about joining a jewelry company, there's a couple of things you really want to make sure of. And one is in terms of style, both in terms of style and quality. So quality is important. And Park Lane is high-end fashion jewelry, which is not the same as costume jewelry. There's a huge difference in the quality of the metals, in the quality of the stones, all of those things. And when you can represent a company that's high-end fashion, that means jewelry is guaranteed, things last, they can be a gift that people are looking back upon years later. So that's number one, quality. Number two is the style. You never want to get involved in anything fashion-wise, but in this case, jewelry, where there's only going to be one style of jewelry. And there's a surprising amount of that out there. And then what happens if the person invited to the party doesn't have that style? They're not going to come, or they're going to come, but they're not going to order. Full service jewelry is what you're looking for. That way, when someone is looking for a gift for their 8-year-old niece making their first communion, you can get cute little cross earrings. When you're getting something for your bling-tastic friend, you're ordering your Selena earrings.
Right.
And when you're getting a gift for your friend who's a corporate attorney looking for some career wear, you can get that as well. So no matter what people are looking for, they're finding it on the Park Lane website or at that Park Lane party. Why Park Lane is also the programs. So important. Our pay scale is the highest in home party world. But that doesn't mean anything if people aren't going to come and buy it, right? Now, we know that from the item standpoint, I just described why people will want to buy it. But the programs that will make it fun and affordable for people are a big part of it. So our pricing with the sale that the customers love, you've all shopped the sale now that are watching this, right? You're getting your lowest pieces for regular, you're getting half price pieces, you're getting bonus items. What woman does not love to come back and consistently shop that sale? Many of you are those women and you know. What do women do when there's a great sale? They get their friends together to tell them about it. And that's you being a hostess, or that's the woman being the hostess. So now that's who's getting her friends together for the margaritas in their home or at Taco Garage or all the places that you all like to go to in your area. So is that the right name?
Yes, but you know what? Sadly, it closed.
Oh my goodness. I don't even want to talk about that. Okay, I'm going to pretend like I didn't hear that.
There's plenty of other choices in San
Okay,
Antonio.
all right. I feel sad though. I
okay.
really like that place.
I know.
When I visited San Antonio, that was super fun. So all of those programs is what makes women want to host a show and her friends want to purchase, and then for them to want to book as the next one. So those are all programs that are possible because Park Lane was started in the 50s with only a $3,000 starter loan from their parents. So once that $3,000 debt was paid off, Park Lane's never had debt since. So since they started in the right financial standpoint with the right product, they can pay us more. They can offer the amazing programs. We have our Mercedes car plan. Usually you have to be a high upper level leader to even begin to think about having a car plan in direct sales world. We have where you start or become eligible for that at first level leadership. And we have, second level leaders qualify for Mercedes bonuses. We have 2 trips that we can earn every single year a whole bunch of us are leaving in 2 weeks for our free trip to Key West. After that is Aruba in September. And we all just found out just now, 5 days ago, that the new trip that we can all earn, including you, is to Kona, Hawaii.
I'm super excited.
So one of the benefits too is one of the ones that I know Beth has said that was one of the biggest reasons that she joined as well. And that is weekly pay. Right, Beth?
Oh my gosh. Yes. And so yes, teachers, we get paid once a month. I don't know if it's pretty much here. I think it's pretty much statewide, once a month. And, emergencies don't happen that first month when you've got money. They happen like that third or fourth week.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, it is my goal to get a paycheck every week because weekly pay, if you work that week, you get paid. It's that simple.
Yep.
You know,
And if
I
any
love
of you
this
out
Friday.
there are getting monthly pay, I tip my hat to you because that takes an unbelievable discipline. And to have a weekly income to supplement for those unexpected expenses, like happened with your pet, like happened with your car. And I know that those are two specific things that you worked with in your time here. Wonderful.
Well, or just to have fun money. I mean, for the longest time, I was going month to month with my monthly pay. Okay. But there was no money left for fun because we're like, okay, well, what if this happens? I better have a little,
right.
some fun money. And sometimes, before this, I did not get my nails done all the time. It was just every so often I would get my nails done. So just things like that. It's just nice to have that extra.
And that's really what direct sales affords you. When you join us, your leader is going to ask you, like, what's the amount of money that you want to earn each month or each week? What are you going to be using this money for? So that if you say, I need fun money, somehow during COVID, I stopped getting manicures and pedicures, or I canceled my cleaning lady, or I have a bad back and I used to get a monthly massage and I haven't been in ages. Well, guess what? Those are important. If it's important to you, it's important to us. And there's no goal too big or too small to be working on with your Park Lane business. So we would absolutely love to help you with that.
Absolutely. And I guess, okay, well, we talked about the programs. I just can't say enough about the programs because I had no direct sales experience. And so I didn't know any better. I only know the Park Lane way. And I feel like, actually, I think that's a good thing because I had no preconceived notions of what I was walking into. And then it wasn't until I was in the company a while, I'm like, not everybody does it like this. I don't understand. Why not?
How do these other companies stay in business?
Well, a lot of them don't because they're not working as smart.
Right.
So I guess the last question we have left, and then I did see a couple of questions in the chat that will be true.
Okay, yeah, scroll through those.
Is Michele, why now? Why now?
Bottom line is this. I mean, I'll answer this in two ways. Number one, why now always just means that you're thinking about it, which makes it a good time. So there's never a right time to do anything, right? Because if you waited for the right time for everything in your life, you'd never accept the job, you'd never get married, you never have kids because you're always waiting for the right time. You never pull the trigger on the home remodel. It's not the right time. Like, these are things we just do, right? And your Park Lane business can be that too, because which leads us to our second why now, because there's no way to lose out. There's no way to lose out when the kit is $99 and what you received is $500 worth of jewelry, as well as your active website to run your business. So right there, clearly we're not losing anything. But the even secondary part is that you don't even have to pay the $99 right now, because the way that we launch you in the business is that if you say, you know what, Becky, I want to join, Becky's going to book a show with you. So whoever your stylist is, we book a show with you, or your stylist's leader books the show with you. And at that show, we are working for you. So we are at that show, wowing your friends and family with the jewelry, getting their orders, because all of that is yours. You keep the paycheck on that party. You still get all the free jewelry as the hostess, and everybody who wants to book a party goes on your calendar to continue to make money after this show. So that when it's all finished, whoever invited you to this, again, your stylist is going to say, okay, Susan, so The paycheck on this party is $310. Your cousin and your neighbor both want to book a show, and you have $500 worth of jewelry to pick out. Do you want to do this as your launch party so that the $310 is your paycheck, and then you'll have the $99? Because the paycheck that we just told you comes weekly, comes faster than the $99 on the Visa bill.
Exactly.
So there's just mathematically no way to lose. And then, of course, why now? We just launched a brand new book not 5 days ago. We just started a brand new recruiting, a brand new travel trip not even 5 days ago. And it's a new year. Maybe this is the year to try something new. And you know what? If it doesn't work out, if you're like, what was I thinking? This is terrible. I don't like it. I, don't ever want any more free jewelry sent to me, but, but
I've never heard anybody say that, but okay.
No one says that. But if you just found it's not for you, it doesn't fit into your life the way that you'd hoped, well, then you just tell the person you joined with, you know what? Not working out, but thanks. I'm glad I tried. And then you just go back to being a customer, or back to being a hostess, and back to being our friend, which you always were all along. That's it.
Yeah, there's just nothing to lose. And like I tell people all the time, it's not rocket science. It's just jewelry.
Right.
It's just jewelry. And you know what? You don't have to know the names of all the pieces. Oh my gosh, right now is a perfect time. I don't know the names of anything. I think I'm wearing seashell earrings right now. I don't know.
Yes, I believe you are.
Seashell? Okay.
Yep, that is what you're wearing, but it's so true. I'm wearing
a new catalog. We never know. I
Nope.
have some bracelets on. I don't know.
Right. I did a show just before this, and I just took these out of the plastic at that point. They weren't even in my ears yet. I said, well, right now I know they're called Serena, but if I forget, I will of course just say Big Star earrings, and then we'll find the real name later.
Exactly. It's just
so let's
it's
see.
all about taking a leap of faith.
Yeah.
I did see.
Beth, someone was asking when you started.
Yes, Christy, when did I join? I just celebrated 6 years. So it was November of 2015. And true story, I did my launch party, got my book, got some shows booked, and then I get called for federal jury duty, which if you've never had federal jury duty, that's a month long here, at least in
yes, here too.
Yeah, and it's December, the first week of December, and I had all these shows booked, and I have federal jury duty for the month. And I'm like, it's Christmas shopping time. It's like, and so I was a little freaked out about it, but luckily we had a judge that was very kind and made us get out of there every day by like 4:30 or something like that. So it all worked out. But I mean, even then I thought I was going to have a rough, I was like, get home for because it was all in-person parties back then. I mean, there was no Zoom, there was no Facebook, there was, so I was like showing up right after court every day. It's okay. You just never know. But yeah, it was 6 years ago, November. So.
Amazing. So I'm not seeing any other specific questions in the chat, but if you think of anything else as you're thinking about this, everyone, certainly still add them to the chat, or if you're watching the replay. Now, let us tell you about the 2 prizes exclusive to just this part of the party. Number 1 is that we're going to raffle off a jewelry prize. You know what I did? I accidentally ordered 2 pairs of these. So do we want to do some Texas stars in here?
I'm sure we got some Dallas Cowboy fans, even though they are out of the playoffs.
Right?
But, we're not going to rub that in.
So we'll do a pair of the Selena earrings to somebody who just comments, ask us a question, comment in this chat. Somebody's winning these fabulous earrings. That's number 1. But what's the grand prize for this event? One of you that decides, you know what? I do want to start this. I'm going to give it a try. Then make sure that your stylist puts your start date party in here, meaning the launch party that we're going to use. And when it's time to get you signed up, instead of you paying $99, I'm going to pay $99. So someone is winning a free kit to start their business with, from everybody who decides that the party you already booked is going to be your launch party, or you're going to set one up right now, or maybe you did this party just now. It's sitting on the computer and you're like, ooh, you know what?
Ooh.
That does the job. I want to be in the raffle. So whatever the case may be, someone from this party that decides to join our team, when it's time to order your kit, you will receive, all of you are going into a raffle, and one of you is winning a free starter kit from me.
Michele, that is so generous of you. So people need to people need to think twice about this, because that's
right.
Like, there's no risk at all involved there.
Not at all.
No risk. And somebody has to win. It should be you, right? I think.
Right. Christy, to earn trips, it's a combination of sales and sharing the business. So people will join your team as you're working along the way, and all the things that you sell. And it's a point system. So the people that join your team count towards your points, the things that you sell count. And then that's how you earn it. It adds all up. And of course, if you have no desire to go to Hawaii, or the dates didn't work for you or whatever, you can or you just want to use the money for something else, then you always have the option of cashing a trip out and taking a cash bonus on your paycheck. When everyone else that earned the trip is going on the trip that week, you have a big fat bonus on your paycheck.
So Laura is asking, what is the percentage of commission?
All right, so brand new starting stylists start at 30% commission. And to give you an idea of what that actually means in dollars, if you were to do a very normal, like $600 party, where you did a $600 party for a bunch of girls on a Tuesday night or on a Sunday night or whatever, your paycheck would be $180. You are earning that from the chair you're probably sitting in right now. I know Beth and I do it from the chairs we are sitting in right now.
Right.
And it's $180. So that's on a $600 party. I was talking earlier with Amanda. I've done this chat in every party that we've done with the new jewelry. So I did one earlier today with another leader on our team, Amanda. And she was like, I couldn't believe it, when on my launch party, I got a $320 paycheck. So just that very first launch party, that's a pretty common number actually, because of how the number we like to try to get everybody launched at, which yields about a $270 to $300 paycheck. So the paychecks can, anywhere, but that 180 is definitely a pretty safe bet. Is there a minimum purchase or is there a minimum each month? We do not do that here at Park Lane. We do not do minimums, punishments, demotions, paid as performance, where your commission is one way one month and a different month, or a different week. When you earn a raise, you keep that raise for life. What you sell in a month is what you sell in a month. There's no punishments or going backwards or minimums of any kind. Certainly not at stylist level. Once you're at leader level, there are requirements of what to sell in order to get paid on a team. But of course, that's only fair, because you would never want somebody making money from you that wasn't even working. So,
well, and the whole idea of no quotas or minimums really was a selling point for me, because I was like, well, I don't know with my full-time job how much time initially I would have to devote to it. And I thought, well, if I'm going to have to put in money, no, I don't want anything where I'm going to have to be paying out money. I want to get paid.
Right.
The whole idea of quotas would have been a deal breaker for me.
Yeah. And so many companies have it as a routine, where that's why you want to hesitate anything that's going to be auto shipping you or whatever, where constantly another $300 thing is showing up at your house and you're like, I forgot to cancel. That's not happening here. And that's the thing too about doing a business where you take the orders, not where you're selling inventory. This pair of earrings here is the sample of these earrings. When someone says, I want to buy goddess earrings, I don't pack these up and ship them. Right. They order a pair of goddess earrings. So when you have to keep inventory, that's your profit sitting on the shelving in your house and taking up room in your house. So when you're only showing samples, that's keeping you making money, which is why you joined.
Laura was asking, are there any monthly or yearly fees? And really, it's just our yearly website renewal.
Right. Yearly
They-
website renewal, because initially it's included in your kit. So if you decide to join now, that $99 for the 500 in jewelry also includes your website. So you won't have to pay for your website again until the whole next year at the same time.
So no monthly fees, you know, we just pay our yearly website when it's up for renewal.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I look forward to who's going to win this pair of earrings. Who am I going to get to gift a free kit to? And of course, all the other raffles that you girls have going on as well. But if you heard something that you love, if you have more questions, message your stylist, put a question here in the chat, because of course the leaders are going to come back, because we know lots of you will watch this on a replay. We want to make sure your questions are answered. But we certainly hope that you will decide that this is the right time. We would love to set you up with that launch party, and we would love to see you as a member of Team Shine On and take advantage of all the resources, all the sisterhood, and all of the achievements and the commission and the perks and the gifts that you will enjoy in your short or long time here. So Beth, thanks so much. I know that.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this so late in the evening. I know, like for you, it's really late.
That's okay. East Coasters, the definition of what's late is different than the rest of the country. So I feel like, it's only 9:30. That's still a normal time. So
I appreciate your time. We appreciate it.
Have a great night. Rest of your night, Beth.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.